Hi folks, yes, we're back in the shed, we're back at the bunker. Couple of things have changed after my last video talking about the signal quality. I have added this external antenna and this is now rock solid. I've probably increased the signal ratio by about 10 decibels and it's working really well, and that's connecting all the time. Something else that I've just come across, today's video is predominantly going to be about this. This is a Ruuvi tag and it is a temperature, humidity and pressure sensor. It also detects movement as well, which is quite interesting, but I'm using it as for temperature, pressure and humidity. And what's really nice about it is it hooks up to this via Bluetooth. You can hook it up to your phone via Bluetooth, which I'll show you in a while. But you can hook it up to the global link and in turn hook it up to the Victron. So I have this all linked up together and I can actually take weather readings from here at the bunker. Now I'm about to add one below ground. Unfortunately, because of the range, it will not be able to detect this, but they have 10-day onboard memory. So I can come, every 10 days, I'll probably leave it every 2 weeks over the winter, and I can take the last 10 days of weather readings from below ground, which will prove to be quite handy just to know what sort of the moisture levels like down there and the temperature. So that's quite cool. I'll be able to do that. You can see I've got the light on. It's very windy today outside, so don't want to do too many videos outside today. They've had a bit of a storm yesterday, so I just came over just to make sure the post was still okay after the storm. But yeah, today's video we're going to be looking at the Ruuvi tags. So we'll go down below ground now. So this is the sensor. So you can see it's a 4-in-1 sensor and it's all operated via Bluetooth, and it's from a Finnish company, tech startup. So they did a GoFundMe for this, or sort of online crowdfunding campaign anyway, to raise the money to originally release these. I found out about them a couple of months ago. Once I realized that they sort of had integration with my solar system, I said I definitely need to get these because they sound really interesting. I have a couple of them at home as well, and once I've finished here at the bunker, we'll go back and we'll take a look at those because I have one more to install, a slightly different model. It's going to go outside. It's a waterproof one. So yeah, we're going to mount this one, I think, here. I've got these little rubber mounts for them, so I'm just going to screw that on up there. So yeah, every 10 days I can come back here. Now, if I could, if I wanted to, have the modem down here running all the time and have this sort of uploading to a server, but I think that's going a little bit far. Obviously, I've got the one up in the shed upstairs. I want to say upstairs, up above ground. So I think at some point I might look at getting that integrated down here as well. But I think for the time being, just coming back and checking on it every now and again is totally fine. So yeah, first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this onto the wall. Then we're going to mount this. And then what I'll do is I'll record the installation process on my phone, and then I'll stick the video footage on with a bit of a voiceover. But yeah, so yeah, quick jump cut. We'll get that mounted and we'll get this mounted. Added the little housing installed, and it's just made out of neoprene rubber just to protect it. That's the unit there, and you can see it's got this little plastic strip in it. So if I pull that out, if I can do it with one hand, let me see. Right, there we go. That's it pulled out. So that it is now live. So if I just put that in here, like that, just squeeze it in. There we go, make sure it's nice and straight. Okay, so that is that in now. So what I'll do now is I'll go onto my phone, which I'm actually using to record this video, and I'll record the installation process. It's very quick, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so here's the main screen. So to add a new sensor, I just click on the top left and just give it a couple of seconds just to find. There you go. So find via Bluetooth, click that, that brings you into the settings. So you can choose the little image, the background image. So I'll choose this Aurora Borealis one, and then I can change the name. So we'll just call that Bunker, and then just hit OK, and that confirms that. And then this gives you your main screen. So that's it now, getting data live.
So you can see down the bottom right hand corner there, we're currently connected via Bluetooth, and that's updating every couple of seconds. And that's giving us the temperature, it's giving us the humidity, and it's giving the pressure, and it's giving the amount of times it's moved. So if we go into the little bar graph, this will give us 7 days worth of data. Now, obviously, this has only been on for a minute now, so it's not really going to give us that much information, but we can go from 1 day right up until 10 days. So I'll just keep that at a week for now. So we're in the settings menu now, and I'm claiming ownership of this, but because I'm not connected to internet, I can't claim ownership, but that's fine. It's no big deal. And you can see there are all the different alerts you can set up. So you can set up temperature alerts. If the temperature gets too low, if it gets too high, it will give you alerts on your phone. It'll send them as notifications on your phone. And then you can see that there's all my other tags. And they're all connected to the cloud. So if I had the internet connection going below ground, I would be getting all those. So we will head back to the bunker now just to finish the setup.
Yeah, but as you can see, the installation process is really easy. And obviously I changed the name, changed the background photograph, and you can obviously set then all the different parameters and alerts you want. But yeah, that's the installation process. Really, really simple. Now, unfortunately, I won't be able to check that from at home because this unit isn't detected by the Victron upstairs. So I cannot use that with the 4G system. But when I come down here on my sort of, weekly, bi-weekly visits, I will be able to come down here and then download all the data off that just to see what the weather, what it's been doing, what the humidity's been like down here, what the temperature's been like down here while I haven't been here. But yeah, that's it. That'll just sit there now. As I said, the battery life is, I think, roughly about 2 years. And it should just sit there and just, tick along nicely. Post is fine after the sort of the year of open days. That's the radio antenna off the top of the telescopic mast outside. But yeah, everything is fine down here. I'm glad to get that added because they've been working really, really well at home, and the one up in the shed up above ground has been working really well as well. So once we get home, I'll show the installation of the external module outside my garden shed where I sort of keep all the equipment for the bunker, and I'll show you there's also another piece of equipment called a Ruuvi gateway which sort of hooks everything up to the internet and hooks it up to the cloud so I can get the data when I'm away, when all day, what have you. So we'll show you all that. So quick jump cut and we'll be back at home. I'm in my shed now back at home where I store all my bunker equipment, and there is the tag for here. So that's just monitoring the humidity and the temperature in here. Now I have a dehumidifier and I have a radiator and I have a thermostat there on the wall plugged in. So that's keeping the humidity good and that's letting me know, and then obviously the temperature and that radiator will come on. So that's great, keep it in here nice and dry. So this was the gateway that I was talking about. This is what hooks the tags up to the internet. So I have one of those connected up to my router, and there's a cloud service, and that increases the range of these. So they all connect to this instead of connecting to your phone, and then your phone connects to this via Wi-Fi. And that's been working really well. So that basically has your lifetime readings. So instead of 10 days, it has all the readings are kept in the cloud. So this is the other sensor. This is the waterproof one. So you can see it does temperature and humidity. It doesn't do pressure, but it does do movement. So that's all I really need. In the end of the day, if that's telling me the pressure is 1000, the outside pressure is going to be that too. So I don't really need that. So I'll open this up and let you have a little look at it, and then we'll mount it up outside the shed. And that's it. Very, very simple, straightforward device. A little waterproof housing. Now, it's not fully waterproof. You cannot immerse this in water, but it'll withstand the rain outside and things like that. You can get a fully waterproofed one, and you can use that in things like pools and hot tubs and things like that. But yeah, this will be perfect for outside the shed. Comes with some screws as well, which is really nice. Some there, even heads of them are even painted black. So we can mount that up outside the shed, and then we can connect that just like last time. So we'll go outside the shed here and we'll stick this up on the wall. So there's it up on the wall outside the shed. So I'll pull the little tag out if I can. It's okay. There's the tag out. And that should be it live now.
Just like last time, we're going to click on the top left and click add new sensor. And then wait a couple of seconds until it pops up. There we go. Now it's going to come up here, claim ownership, pretty much straight away because I'm connected to the internet. And I'll do that. And then that adds it to my cloud. So I'm not going to show you everything that I did last time because it's exactly the same, except now this has been added to the cloud server. So once I refresh the app, this will be on the cloud, and then I can see the outside temperature from just outside the shed from anywhere in the world. So there's all my other tags. Just call this one outside, and yeah, very, very easy process. The setup of these is so simple. Anybody can do it. They're totally open source, and you can pretty much change anything you want on them. And the developers are very, very helpful. So here we are on the PC app. This gives you a lot more information, and this is using Ruuvi Station. So I'm getting all the cloud information on this now. Obviously, because I've only just installed that, there's very, very, very little information being uploaded. Obviously, these ones have been up since yesterday. So what's interesting about this one, this is one in my fridge where I keep all my beer and soft drinks and things like that. So you can see the defrost cycle of the fridge, which is really interesting. So you can see defrosting, cooling, which is very interesting. So it lets you know that the fridge is actually doing exactly what it's supposed to, which is good. And then we've got the garden room. So you can see the up and down of the either the heater in the garden room, or even if somebody left the door open, for instance, you would see a big drop if somebody left the door open, let a little wind in. But that one there is quite interesting, as it's just showing the up and down flow of air movement and of the radiator. And then the garden shed, I have it very, very well insulated, but you can see that the gradual, obviously the time, as it's obviously getting colder outside, the gradual drop off. And then you see we get to about 8 o'clock in the morning, and then we have quite a big steep drop off. And then it's starting to come back up again. That's probably when I was in the shed there, putting the outside sensor on, and my body heat even was probably increasing it. And then obviously we go down to the outside one. So you can see there 1 minute 44. Generally just after, when it says 2 minutes, it updates the system. It's usually just after 2 minutes it updates the system, and that's the new information being uploaded to the cloud. And then it starts all over again and goes for another, I think, 2.5 minutes or so, uploads data again. But this is the Pro service. So I've got 6 months free. From buying the gateway, it's given me, you can see there, it just updated. So from buying the gateway, I got 6 months free of the Pro service. And then after that, I'll have to pay for it. It's not that expensive, to be perfectly honest. So I probably will keep it on afterwards. But yeah, this is the system. This is how it looks. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. So what I'll do is now I'm going to save this to my taskbar so I have it. So I do remember it, so I can go back to it. And then I'll show you the Victron, what it looks like now with the added temperature stats. Right, so we are on the Victron app now. So you can see that's the solar it's brought in already this morning. It's not sunny today at all. Very, very overcast. So the fact it's actually bringing in anything at all is, I'm quite happy with that. Now you can see up here, there's the current temperature in the garden shed there. And if I go into advanced, what it will do now is, it actually gives me this graph here. So that's live stats. So every 15 minutes this uploads. And you can see the orange is humidity. That's stayed pretty constant. And you can see the pressure has ramped right up there after the storm. And then the temperature, we got down as low as 11. is that. And we're currently up, where are we at the moment? We're up at 15 degrees at the moment, but we got as low as 11 there at 8 o'clock this morning. And then if we go over, you can see this is the decibels, the RSSI of the Global Link. You can see we dropped down there to 83 decibels at 4 o'clock this morning, and then it's popped right up and we got up as high as 73. So we've got a good connection, really good connection now, and that's pretty much been like that since I installed that external antenna. And then it gives me all the other information. And you can see we're on a float charge at the moment. Did a quick bulk, so there's where it was off, and then the sun came up, and then did a very quick bulk charge, and then the rest of the time, generally through most of the day, it's just on float. But yeah, that's a really, really good system, working really, really well now. I'm so happy with it. There's nothing else I need to do now. That's pretty much the solar system done. What I might look at doing below ground is integrating the one that's down inside the bunker, try to get it to talk to this as well. But yeah, I'll look at doing that in the sort of the cheapest way possible. I know how to do it. I could literally do it tomorrow, but I need to make sure it's done correctly, and it's not done in a way that is sort of detrimental to open days. You know, I can easily run a cable directly from the solar down into the post and power the modem and everything, but you know, I want to do it in such a way that it's all hidden and it doesn't affect the actual museum side of the bunker. But yeah, that is all working now. That is absolutely fantastic. Really, really happy with how that's turned out. And yeah, you can just see we are just about to update. So we are. The system is just about to update. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, more to come. But listen, folks, as always, thank you very, very much for watching. And I'll see you all again next time. Bye-bye.